You are listening to Mike Guido and Josh Tariff. Buckle up! Buckle up!
Morning.
Good morning, everybody.
Here we are on a Tuesday.
Mike and Josh.
Great to have you here.
Josh.
Who is it?
Mike and Josh.
Who is
Mike
it?
and Josh, baby.
It's Mike and Josh, yo. I realize I have trash behind me. I'm throwing it all over the place now.
It's great to have you here. Good morning, world, and all who inhabit it. This is Mike and Josh here exclusively on the Grid Network. I'm Mike Guido. That is Josh Tariff. Great to have you here for episode number 6.
God, we got
lovely-
you would have thought we would have been canceled by now.
I know. Well, with some of the stuff that you say, I'm surprised we haven't.
I would thought I would have been, banished from all sorts of media like years ago.
Listen, after the game we played, this is not in
LeBron's a little crooked behind you.
I don't like that.
He was trying to get a view of me over your hair. So he had to tilt to the side.
This has to stop. I mean, this is like this isn't even hair at this point. Like,
it's a mane. Mike Guido, for those of you listening and not seeing this, you gotta check out the YouTube page and check out this mane that Mike Guido is presenting on here. It is a work of art.
It's terrible. It really is terrible in every sense of the word. I can't, if I had the failure music loaded up in here, I would just play that. Like just to go. I mean, your hair looks neat and cut and beautiful, Josh.
I mean, I'm a consummate professional, so I know, hey, we're ready. We're ready to perform. We're about to go on air. I need to look my best, and sadly, this is my best. So,
no. plenty.
The only thing you can do to add to this is I can throw a tie on top, but that's the extent of this. This is all you get.
Yeah. Well, I think a tie with that shirt would probably look pretty good.
I should like a just a bright blue tie with this burnt orange shirt that I'm wearing right now. Yeah.
That's right. Go full Chippendale. That's I think the best look for you. I think.
Thank you.
All right, we got plenty of stuff to go over today. Obviously, we've had some. We'll start today. We had some major injuries this past week in the NFL. Patrick Mahomes out for the season. He tore his ACL. Micah Parsons tearing his ACL. He's going to be out for the season as well. And, those are two major impact injuries. We'll cover both to start the show today. Old man Rivers had his return to the NFL after 5 years in retirement. And it actually turned out to be a pretty good story. I mean, the Colts lost the game, but that was a pretty good story.
Yeah.
We'll talk about that in about 20 minutes. There's some NFL coaches, I think, that are on the hot seat now that we can kind of, as we're getting closer to the end of the regular season, we can become a little bit closer. We can kind of get a better idea of coaches that could lose their job, not be back next year. We'll kind of place those coaches, see where we feel, how we feel on those coaches that could be moved on from. Does the NBA Cup matter at all? We'll discuss that as well. That's going to come up in hour number 2. We've got some, by the way, the NBA trade window is opened up, Josh.
It is open. We are ready for trades.
So we'll be throwing some trade ideas at each other. That is going to come up in hour number 2. And then I have a game for Josh. Josh had a game for me. Josh had a game for me last week. So now I have a game for Josh. We will do all of that as we go in. Again, good morning, fellas. Patrick Brown says, happy Tuesday. I have a hot take for you. Stay tuned.
So
a hot take at us.
Okay, so he's teasing us on our show.
Yeah, little does he know. You shouldn't tease me.
Right. He also should spell the word stay correctly.
It's like he's Shea Gilgeous-Alexander's name.
Oh, with stay.
but it almost looks like sty tuned.
I mean, that maybe that's the hot take. He's tuning a sty.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah,
that could be it. That could be it. Well, Patrick, just warn us next time if you're gonna if you don't want to get made fun of by Josh. I guess.
I make fun of myself just as much, if not more, than everybody else. So.
That is beyond true. That really is. You make fun of yourself almost harshly.
I'm a terrible person. Like, I'm aware.
To your own self.
Yes.
I mean, it's really, something. All right, let's jump right into it today. So Patrick Mahomes, we'll start with this one. It was a rough day for the Chiefs. They're eliminated from playoff contention, and Patrick Mahomes is now out for the year. And if he tore his ACL, he's probably out for most of next year.
Right.
That could be a really, really big problem for the Chiefs. I mean, we talked about it already last week, Josh, about how the Chiefs dynasty, we kind of feel like it's under wraps now. Like we kind of feel like the dynasty is over. The threat, the constant fear of the Chiefs is over. Travis Kelce is due to retire after this coming season. It just doesn't feel great right now if you're a Chiefs fan. They're 6-8 this year. I mean, what do we make of this? I mean, is this just the icing on the cake for what the Chiefs' future looks like? What does this mean for Kansas City going forward, Josh?
It definitely means, some retooling is going to be needed, and it's time, as far as this season is done. We know we have to move on, so let's test out some players that we've been on the fence with in these last few games on how they produce. And headed into next season, maybe Gardner Minshew is our bridge quarterback up until Mahomes gets healthy. Maybe we try to bring in someone else. Who knows? Maybe Phillip Rivers will be available by then. And, and you just got to try to, do some retooling, because we know their defense, to their credit, I thought their defense played a really good game against the Chargers, because we were talking about the defense was appearing older and a little slower. They had the must-win mode on that side, and both teams only scored one touchdown.
Yeah.
So it was a good defensive battle, but obviously we know the heart, the soul, the brain is all Patrick Mahomes. And tearing your ACL, best case scenario is about 8 months before you come back. So that would bring them to right around the start of the season for him to be ready. Best case,
absolute best case.
Right. He's more than likely not going to be ready to play until sometime probably between October and November. So we pack in this season. Can you maintain roughly a 500 record? Hope you want to try to do what the Bengals were hoping to do when Burrow went down, to try to maintain around 500 before Burrow came back. Obviously, they failed to do so this year.
Yeah.
Can the Chiefs formulate a plan with it? Because we know you got the coach that could figure it out. So that you're good with, pending on how long Andy Reid wants to stay.
Yeah.
And then you brought up Travis Kelce. I personally think that this is going to lead him to play one more season.
Oh, really?
I think it's one of those things where, do you want to question yourself of not having your last pass be thrown to you by Patrick Mahomes? And because of his legacy with everything with it.
Mm-hmm, right.
And does he have anything else to prove? No, of course not. But that's also the warrior in these athletes on, hey, do I want my last game, my last season to end with my team under 500 with a backup quarterback and an aging defense? Or do I want to try to, die on my sword per se and go down fighting with as much strength as we have. And there, comes obviously the gamble with it, because for all next year, he's older. He could be worse. He could get hurt. Who's to say Mahomes comes back 100%? Who's to say Mahomes comes back at all next season?
Right.
So then you roll that dice. So it's a really interesting time for the Chiefs. I mean, and it's also, I'm sure you've seen, because they're always having comparisons of Mahomes and Tom Brady, how bizarre it is that Brady's ACL injury that took him out for the season was also in season 9 as Mahomes is. Yeah. Now, Brady's happened at the beginning of the season, but just like the similarities are just incredible. And the Patriots, when he went down, they tried to formulate, and then they retooled. And when he came back, that's all of a sudden, where Gronk emerged. And that's where they were configuring the other pieces and improve their defense. So I think the Chiefs could do that. But if I'm a Chargers or Broncos fan, I'm saying, Patrick, take all the time you need to recover. Yeah. We wish you well. We're going to send you some flowers, but you rest up. You need 2 years? Fine. Take 2 years.
Yeah, really. Have another kid. Go, do your thing, man.
Be in your brother's TikToks. Do whatever you need.
I think that was the one that everybody was waiting for, I think. Go do some TikToks with baby bro and try not to get arrested. But the point you make about Travis Kelce is very, very interesting, because I think there definitely will be an element of, like, do I want my last NFL pass to be caught by, a throw from Gardner Minshew instead of Patrick Mahomes? There's obviously such a big connection there. Travis Kelce will be entering his age 37 season. But listen, you have to give Kelce a little bit of credit here, where, like, Kelce is, I mean, we always give him a little bit of, some flack. I wouldn't even call it flack, but some tempered expectations, just because over the past couple of years, his age has shown, right? Like, his last really great season was 2022. I mean, that's 3 years ago, and he has yet to eclipse 1,000 yards since. But he's been around 1,000 yards since. Like, he hasn't eclipsed it, but 2023 was 984 yards with 5 touchdowns. Last year it was 823 yards with 3 touchdowns. This year he's got 797 yards and 5 touchdowns in 4
with 3 games to go.
Right, with 3 games to go. I mean, he could very easily get up around 900 plus yards again. I mean, and even though we're used to seeing Travis Kelce put up these really gaudy numbers for a tight end, those are very productive NFL numbers. Even at right now he's 36. He just turned 36 a couple months ago. I mean, he's still a productive player in the NFL. It's not impossible to imagine that he tells Taylor Swift that the wedding has to wait another year so that he can.
Oh, that's not happening. The gall of you to try to question adjusting Tay-Tay's wedding date.
Tay-Tay.
Hey, I am a proud supporter of the Swifties. You cannot do anything to possibly upset her.
Are you a Swiftie yourself?
I've always enjoyed her music. I mean, I can't say I own any albums per se. I haven't bought anyone's album in years, though.
I don't think anybody has.
Yeah,
nobody's bought anybody album.
But she's always been, she's a good songwriter. She's a good singer. She's I like how she tends to stay pretty humble. I love watching her on talk shows. She's very entertaining. Mm-hmm. I got no problems with Taylor Swift, nor the Swifties. So don't come after me. Come after Mike Guido and his hair.
Anywho, so here's the thing. I think this gives the Chiefs a really good chance to retool, right? Because they're at a point now where, like, they're obviously not making the playoffs this year. Next year, I wouldn't have them penciled into a playoff spot either. I don't think Mahomes is going to come back after 8 months.
Sure.
Like I would imagine that he's going to come back at the very best in like November of next year if they accelerate him a little bit. I'm thinking like best case scenario, he's back by Thanksgiving. But
I'll say I do think he'll be back earlier than that, but not by much.
In December. I mean, I don't know that he's going to come back much earlier than a full year. I mean, I think that could be like a full year's worth of injuries for him. But look, even if that's the case, I don't have the Chiefs penciled into a playoff spot next year after the injury for him. This gives them a really good opportunity to kind of get retool with players a little bit. Yeah. And it wouldn't even surprise me if during this offseason and maybe at the deadline next year, they try to sell off some of their older pieces and try to recruit some of those picks and get their roster a little younger, right? Like this is a team right now where it just isn't aging well. And some of the guys that they have on their roster that are younger aren't performing to the expectations that they thought that they could. So try to get this roster a little bit younger, reshape, because listen, it's even over the past couple of years where again, 2022 was the last really great Mahomes year. After that, I mean, he's been a very solid NFL quarterback, but that's about all I'll give him. Right? At least from a numbers perspective. I mean, 2023 had 27 touchdowns and 14 picks. This year, he's finishing the year with 22 touchdowns and 11 picks. You know, he's solid right now. I don't know that there's any doubt that you have the guy still, but let's be honest. This might be a bit of I don't want to call it a wake-up call because it's not like they've been lacking success for a while, but this is a situation where we're like, okay, now Mahomes is hurt. Now let's see if we can, clearly we got blown out in the Super Bowl last year. We follow that up with a non-competitive, missing the playoffs sort of year. What can we do to retool? I think that's that's an opportunity that this gives them. So I don't want to say Mahomes getting hurt is a good thing, but I think it could be viewed as an opportunity rather than, doomsday.
Well, again, with the comparisons with the Patriots, when Brady went down that season, they still would do their best to compete. They actually ended up statistically with a good season that year, but missed the playoffs. But to your point, had to retool, rebuild some things, and then the Patriots jumped right back. I do really feel the Chiefs will do the same. To your point, based on how late in the season the injury happened, it's probably going to be more so in 2 seasons from now as opposed to 1.
Mm-hmm. So let's dip into the comment section. Patrick Brown from earlier said it's NFL related, so brace yourselves. I don't even know that he's given
the tease, the continued teases from Patrick Brown.
I know. All Even Podcast, Barry Grant Jr. Saying Mike Guido violates HR policies every single week by hitting on Josh.
Hey, the man likes what he likes.
Yeah, don't yuck somebody else's yum. All right, let's be real. Okay, don't do any of that.
Don't yuck somebody else's yum. Oh, that's outstanding.
So I got that phrase from one of my buddy's girlfriends, and they live in California. As I'm sure.
Why have you not connected me with them?
I don't even remember where they live in California. I want to say they live around San Diego, but
then I guess you're a great friend, aren't you?
Yeah. Well, yeah, we'll see. This is interesting. I want to bring this up because this is actually very much topic related. Patrick Brown saying, since you're kicking the show off with Kansas City, a name to keep in mind, Kyle Pitts. Should the Chiefs call the Falcons and see what picks they want for Kyle Pitts?
Well, if you're going to ask them what picks they want, they're going to ask for first, and you're not going to get those for Kyle Pitts. Now, if Kyle Pitts can be consistent like he was this past Thursday, different story. I mean, it's not at all a bad idea. It's worth, calling them to see what they'd be willing to do, because that goes, and this might kind of lean with our coach's conversation later on. Are the Falcons, though, in a position where they want to get rid of some of their young talent? So I don't know if they'd be willing to part ways with Pitts just yet, but there are definitely, some good players, around the league.
Scenery. I mean, Patrick said it before in the comment section, where if there's a change of scenery candidate that could, I mean, when Kyle Pitts, the question he has here is, where did you have Pitts ranked on your board when I was doing the draft? I mean, I don't remember exactly, but he had to be top 3.
Right.
Something.
He went, fourth that year?
He went 4th. I was extremely high on Kyle Pitts.
Everyone was.
Everybody thought that coming out of college, Kyle Pitts was the shit.
Yeah.
Like, he was the guy.
I would say this. I think a more feasible opportunity at tight end, and while it's certainly younger than Kelsey, it's not, I don't think, as young as Pitts. But I would reach out to Minnesota about TJ Hawkinson.
Yeah.
Because they've been doing a 2 tight end setup there, which obviously means less catches for both Hawkinson and was Oliver. So maybe that's someone you could bring over for another change of scenery. Just throwing a name out there.
Yeah, no, I think that's a really solid name as well. Josh hit the Swifty pander button. That's what Barry Grant Jr. says, is that you're pandering the Swifties now.
Hey, players want to play. Haters want to hate. I just shake it off.
Okay. Anyway, let's go to break. Coming up next. Oh, wow. Okay. Coming up next. How did Old Man Rivers do in his return to the NFL in 5 years? Amazing. We'll talk about that next.
What up, Cowboys Nation? We are Cowboys Can Fan.
Like Canadian fan. And we're big Dallas Cowboy fans. We live stream every Dallas Cowboys game with our unapologetic, intoxicated play-by-play and color commentary, and we guarantee you won't find anything like this anywhere else.
We do that in the ring together?
We told you not. Snowbland was here to stay, baby.
And if you like to have a couple cold ones,
Crack 'em if you got 'em, son. Crack 'em if you got 'em, son.
Crack 'em if you got 'em.
And watch the Dallas Cowboys play football.
you need to join us 1 hour before the Cowboys kick off, throw your score prediction in our live chat, and if you're right, guess what? We'll send you a shirt, some Can Fan merch. Click the link, check us out, and subscribe if you like what we do.
Oh, and remember, BYOB.
Yep. Oh, yeah.
Bring your own boosh.
What's going on, everybody? My name is Bryson Carver, and I'm the host of the Carving It Up podcast right here on the Grid Network, as well as my own personal YouTube channel, Carving It Up with Bryson Carver. On my show, talk about a number of the biggest topics in the world of sports, as well as culture and entertainment, and I include special segments such as Bryson's Best 10, The Vol View, and one of my favorites, Carving Up the Context. I also like to invite special guests on the show to get different insights and perspectives on topics, and most importantly, I love to hear from you, the audience, in the chat below. So check out Carving It Up 3 days a week, Monday, Wednesday, Friday at 6 p.m. Eastern, 3 p.m. Pacific time on YouTube, Facebook, X, and on Instagram. Check the show out anywhere you get your podcasts as well as on the YouTube channel. Appreciate you guys.
Alex Rodriguez is coming out with a documentary, and it goes into detail. Like, he's never talked about the steroid part of it and all the pressure. You will do a lot more desperate things to try to stay relevant, and you can see that he was straining to be this person that he wasn't, instead of just being the person that he always should have been, just I'm Alex Rodriguez because of imposter syndrome. He had to be somebody that he wasn't. Goes to the Yankees, gets another big fucking contract. I empathize with that because when you're this great player and people are looking at you and they're looking through you, it makes you realize that maybe Alex doesn't matter. I have to be A-Rod.
Yo, this is Barry Grant Jr. I want to give a big shout out to Mike and Josh and be on the lookout for more clips from All Even Podcast.
This is Patrick L. Brown, lead journalist here at the Grid Network, reminding you to make sure that you check out all of the latest articles over on the Grid's webpage under the blog section. There you will find the hottest takes in sports mixed in with some mental health articles as well. Dare to be different, enter the Grid, your new leaders in digital media, sports, and entertainment. As I always say, stay tuned.
All right, welcome back. Great to have you here on Mike and Josh here on the Grid Network. Plenty of stuff to go over today. Reminder that in 30 minutes or so, we got some NBA trade ideas that we can throw at you. And listen, Josh gets excited about this.
I love using the trade machine. I love messing around with it.
See, Josh, I'm preparing you now.
Wow. He got all choked up, talking about NBA trades.
Yeah, holy moly. I'm just preparing you now that you're going to be more prepared for that segment than I am, because I am still trying to work out these trades as we are going on the air. I'm just saying, I'm trying to figure out what makes sense. But there's one, I will say this. There is one trade in the NBA that I think would blow everybody's doors off.
Okay.
It's such a perfect fit that they should do everything they can to make this happen.
Okay.
Unbelievable. Okay. Let's go to Phillip Rivers. Because this is arguably, by the way, as crazy as it sounds, and for a team who we feel like their season is virtually over at this point, it is maybe the most fascinating story in sports right now because of what is happening here with Phillip
absolutely
Rivers. 44 years old, legitimate grandfather, hasn't touched an NFL football field in 5 years. Goes 18 for 27 for 120 yards, a touchdown, and a pick against one of the NFL's best defenses.
The road.
Regardless of what you think of his politics, I think it was Jason Whitlock who said this is embarrassing for the NFL. If Phillip Rivers can walk into the NFL after 5 years of not playing, and it's not like Phillip Rivers looked like he was Lamar Jackson. He looked like an old man playing. He really did. And put up those numbers and put up that kind of performance against one of the NFL's best defenses in Seattle. There might be a little bit of a bigger issue here. But, Josh, let's just go at this point blank. Phillip Rivers in his return to the NFL, what'd you think?
It was must-see TV. I was watching it. You had, especially out here in LA, Rams-Lions on, which obviously was an absolute shootout. Well, guess what? I was tuned in to Seahawks-Colts watching Grandpa Rivers. And, you're saying, it was said that it was an embarrassment. I do not feel it is an embarrassment where a Hall of Fame caliber player, gone for so many years and, might not be able to move nearly. I mean, he was never a great runner to begin with.
No.
But,
not right.
But it doesn't mean he loses the vision and the accuracy and split second awareness that top NFL quarterbacks have. So I wasn't surprised on his performance, and we were a minute away from making a new feel-good movie about, a grandpa returning to the NFL based on a true story. And really, I think the story with this, though, and this is going to sound crazy, I want to praise the Seahawks. And I want to praise yes, because 13.5-point favorites. So you can go in there super cocky because you're facing a grandfather, and 4 days from there, you are playing the Rams, A, for most likely the division title, and B, possibly for the 1 seed in the NFC. And you started this game, for 3/4 of this game, completely looking past your opponent because you were focused on that game with the Rams. And all of a sudden, you're like, this old guy might beat us at home.
Right.
So the players and the coaches, to their credit, had the wherewithal of like, hey, we got to stop looking past. We got to make adjustments quickly because we need this win. This loss, the way the NFC is, might even cost us the playoffs altogether, depending on what happens the following week.
Right.
So they were able to make whatever adjustments needed to escape. They absolutely escaped this game because Colts were in must-win situation. And everyone was, talking about, again, the spread and Rivers. The Colts defense has been overall very solid all season. So I am not surprised it was a close game. In our, to lift the curtain a little bit, we obviously have like a group chat amongst all the hosts of the grid. Yeah. I was preaching on there, look for the score to be something along the lines of 20-13 with the Seahawks winning. It was even closer than that.
Yeah.
But with that, again, Seattle had made the adjustments at the right time to be able to escape the win, and then they can exhale and be like, okay, that scared us a bit, which also, in essence, should put a bigger fire under our butts to go into this huge Thursday night game against the Rams. But Phillip Rivers, hey, he was competent. He had solid numbers. I mean, he completed 2/3 of his passes. He threw a touchdown. He kept them in the game. I don't know how you cannot be impressed with it.
No, I was definitely impressed. Like I said, he looked like an old man. I mean, I'm not going to say there wasn't a whole lot of air underneath that football whenever he threw it.
Because he is an old man, Mike. That's why he looked like an old man.
That's right. No, 100%. But I loved hearing him talk to the media. I loved hearing how, like he made this such a good message, I think, for a lot of people. He was like, listen, like I'm not letting – he's like, did I doubt myself? He's like, I absolutely did. But I kept telling myself that's normal. Like it was like a fearless sort of deal for him, and I think that was really, really cool, especially for his high school football team that he's leading right now. I just think it was a really, really great story as far as that's concerned as well. There was another point that I wanted to bring up about this. Here's the thing. I think, honestly, the Colts should have won that football game because, and I made this, like, I said it in our grid group chat because you brought it up. I think the Colts, from a game perspective, and I apologize for the people that didn't see the end of the game, but I think the Colts made a mistake at the end of that game by kicking the field goal on 4th down. I really do. Now, I understand why you go for it because that's why you kick the field goal.
How far was the 4th down play again? How far away was it?
4th and 3. It was 4th and 3.
Okay.
So if it that was my thing. It's like if it's 4th and 8 or 4th and 9, I get it, right?
Yeah.
You're 4th and 3. You're on 4th down. You got 3 yards to go. You got 55 seconds left in the game. Seattle used all of their timeouts. The Colts had all 3 timeouts left, right? Mm-hmm. This was a bomb field goal. Like this is like a 56 or 57-yard field goal that their kicker need to make. So I'm thinking to myself, I'm like, listen, if you get yourself your 3 yards, you're essentially guaranteeing yourself a win. Like if you can get 3 yards on offense, and I understood that like I almost felt this game was if you go for it on 4th down and you don't get it, you lose. But if you do get it, you win without a doubt. Like the game could have been decided at that very moment instead of kicking the field goal, putting the game back in your defense's hands with all this time left, right? Like I the way that I would have done it is go for it on 4th down. If you don't get it, you don't get it. But if you get it, you control the rest of the game. The entire rest of the game is completely in your hands. You have all 3 timeouts. You're already in field goal range. You can milk the clock down all the way down to the last half second and just go for it there.
And you do have a guy named Jonathan Taylor in your backfield that you could just keep running and run that clock with. And you know he'll protect the ball.
Exactly. So that to me was the right football decision. But listen, you have to put yourself in Shane Steichen's shoes a little bit where you're like, all right, I have a 45-year-old quarterback right now. Can he get 3 yards? So I don't know. I understand.
By the way,
but
I don't know the validity of this. So if you do, then and I'm wrong, please call me out and tell me I'm wrong.
Okay.
Because I saw a multiple videos of people posting different things regarding the setup, and they were talking about how brilliant Phillip Rivers is for doing this for insurance reasons. Because apparently, allegedly, now again, I don't know for sure, and someone can look it up to backtrack it, that the NFL Players Association fully covers players' insurance, and for their families while they're in the NFL and for 5 years of them after. So because Phillip Rivers was ending that 5 years, he came back in. He's got his 10 kids covered for another 5 years.
That's right.
You know how expensive that is?
Oh, yeah. I was literally going to say that. He's got 10 kids.
Right.
So, it's got to – listen, man, I don't know.
It's not like he doesn't have the money for it, but hey, save the money. Smart. So take a couple tackles because you know you're going to be covered.
That is amazing. I still find it amazing how he's got 10 kids. I still am blown away by that. But anyway, but good on Phillip Rivers. I want to talk about this real quick too because we didn't talk about it in the last segment. Micah Parsons was also the guy that got really badly injured, tore his ACL. He'll likely miss a portion of next year. Also, Josh, what does this do to the Packers? Does this how much? I don't want to ask you necessarily how much does this hurt them, but where does this put them now? Like, how much does this affect their position in the NFC? Because I think even before the Parsons injury, we were talking about the Packers as legit Super Bowl contenders. What does this now do to them, losing a player of that caliber on the defensive side of the football?
Well, you have to remember, without Micah Parsons last year, the Jets were 5th in total defense. So, or not, excuse me, the Jets were far from the Packers were 5th in total defense.
Right.
So statistically, I think they could still be okay. The problem is the role that he played for that defense, as far as like the cheerleader, the coach, and all that, hyping them up, because the Packers are in such a unique situation where they could end up as the 2 seed or miss the playoffs.
Right.
It's incredible.
The whole
and
NFC is like that, yeah.
Right. And being that they have their last 3 games, they are at Chicago, who they did just beat, a couple weeks ago, but obviously it's a must-win for both of them. Then they're home against Baltimore, who is in must-win mode as well, trying to secure their division and playoff spot. And then they're at their rivals, Minnesota, who can try to play spoiler like they did to the Cowboys and pretty much ruin their playoff hopes. So 3 very difficult games to end their season. And so Matt LaFleur's got to get, especially like their defense, got to get them, motivated, because when you lose a guy like Micah Parsons, not just for the stats, but for what the morale that he brings to that defensive unit, I still think the Packers will be in the playoffs. And I still think, based with their past experience that they got last year for being in the playoffs, it will help motivate them. It's going to be, like we said, with the way this NFC is as a whole, it's much easier said than done, though, to try to hang with these other teams.
Yeah, no, certainly is. Patrick brings up a good point in the comment section too. Christian Watson got hurt as well on the Patrick Surtain interception.
Well, that's nothing new. Christian Watson plays 3 games per season.
Yeah, well, right. But they've also, I think that injury, I think, impacts them just a little bit less, in the sense that, like, the Packers have a ridiculous amount of depth at wide receiver.
Yes.
Right. Dobbs, Reed, Golden, Wicks. Like, they've got tons of guys that can fill that role. At the wide receiver position, but
also 2 good running backs as well.
Right, with Jacobs and Emmanuel Wilson. I think Micah Parsons, already with 12.5 sacks this year, he's kept pace with what he's been doing with the Cowboys in years previous. So, I think, funny enough, I kind of agree with you in the sense that, like, the NFC to me feels so wide open that, like, the Packers suffered a big loss, but I don't know that takes them out of anything. Like, if you just look at what they're, I would say the closest thing that I can say is a sure thing in the NFC, like a surefire best team, is the Rams. Like,
yes.
I really think the Rams could be that.
Well, pending what happens on Thursday, because we talk injuries. Devontae Adams and his hamstring, he won't be in for that game, and who knows how many more he would have to miss, because the hamstring, that just lingers.
Right.
It's not season, but it could be 2 weeks. It could be the rest of this season, depending on how the healing goes.
It could stick around, and even if he plays, like you said, it could stick around and hinder his level of play. That's a big part of it too. So, okay. Let's go to break. When we come back, we'll take a look at some of the NFL coaches that could be on the hot seat, and we'll kind of play whether or not we'll half play a game with it, I suppose. Whether they're safe in their job or whether they're due to get fired. We'll do that coming up next.
What up, Cowboys Nation? We are Cowboys Can Fan.
Like Canadian fan. And we're big Dallas Cowboy fans. We live stream every Dallas Cowboys game with our unapologetic, intoxicated play-by-play and color commentary, and we guarantee you won't find anything like this anywhere else.
We do that in the ring together?
We told you not so bland was here to stay, baby.
And if you like to have a couple cold ones,
Crack 'em if you got 'em, son. Crack 'em if you got 'em, son.
Crack 'em if you got 'em. And watch the Dallas Cowboys play football.
you need to join us 1 hour before the Cowboys kick off. Throw your score prediction in our live chat, and if you're right, guess what? We'll send you a shirt from CanFan merch. Click the link, check us out, and subscribe if you like what we do.
Oh, and remember, BYOB.
Yep. Oh, yeah.
Bring your own boosh.
What's going on, everybody? My name is Bryson Carver, and I'm the host of the Carving It Up podcast right here on the Grid Network, as well as my own personal YouTube channel, Carving It Up with Bryson Carver. On my show, talk about a number of the biggest topics in the world of sports, as well as culture and entertainment, and I include special segments such as Bryson's Best 10, The Ball View, and one of my favorites, Carving Up the Context. I also like to invite special guests on the show to get different insights and perspectives on topics, and most importantly, I love to hear from you, the audience, in the chat below. So check out Carving It Up 3 days a week, Monday, Wednesday, Friday at 6 p.m. Eastern, 3 p.m. Pacific time on YouTube, Facebook, X, and on Instagram. Check the show out anywhere you get your podcasts as well as on the YouTube channel. Appreciate you guys.
Cowboys Nation, what up? It's your boy EJ Savage over here at Boys in the Zone, where it's everything Cowboys related, from the latest news, off-season talk like training camp and draft analysis, and of course, during season game breakdowns and commentary. Would love to see you in the chat kicking it with myself and other members of Cowboys Nation, whether it be a guest that I myself bring in, or a Cowboys fan forum videos where I bring you guys on, or even other chat members. We're always live on Twitter and YouTube, talking the boys. So really, the only thing left to say is, how about them Cowboys? See you there. Peace.
Hey, what's going on? My name is Tim Barnett, and welcome into the Boston Sports Summit. If you're a fan of any of these four teams right here, or you're like me and you love all four of them and you follow them religiously, you're a big fan, this is the show for you. The big thing with this is real commentary and authenticity. I'm going to tell you like it is. If we're great, then we're great. But if we suck, I'm going to tell you that we suck and we need to improve. I'm also not afraid to call out our ownership or front office for making bad decisions, just like I'm not afraid to call out our coaches or our players for screwing some things up or doing great. All right? Because that's what this show is all about. It's about authenticity. So listen, if you're a fan of any of these teams or you're a fan of all four of them, check me out, the Boston Sports Summit, every Wednesday, live at 7 p.m., and it's electric, all right? We're going to go into some great detail about the Sox, Patriots, Celtics, and even the Bruins. And, hey, you might even get a guest appearance from my little puppy here. So, it's a great show. Don't forget to tune in every Wednesday, 7 p.m. You can also follow me on all socials, on Instagram, X, and YouTube, Boston Sports Summit. So check us out. It's a great show. It's a great time. Hope to see you there. God bless.
What's going on, y'all? It's Arthur Hurts from the Grid Network, letting y'all know to check out the Saturday morning tailgate starting at 10 Eastern every Saturday. Check us out on YouTube, X, Instagram, wherever you get your podcasts. Tune in for some humor, some great analytics between me, my boy Bryson, and Tim. Again, Saturday morning tailgate every Saturday at 10 Eastern on the Grid Network. See y'all there.
This is Patrick L. Brown, lead journalist here at the Grid Network, reminding you to make sure that you check out all of the latest articles over on the Grid's webpage under the blog section. There you will find the hottest takes in sports mixed in with some mental health articles as well. Dare to be different? Enter the Grid, your new leaders in digital media, sports, and entertainment. As I always say, stay tuned.
All right, here we go. We are back here on the Grid Network. This is Mike and Josh, exclusively here on the Grid. So, Josh, we have we're kind of getting to the point in the NFL year where we can get a clearer picture of what coaches could be safe in their jobs and then others that might be on the hot seat. So, let's take a look right now at some of the coaches that could potentially be on the hot seat here, Josh. Listen, if you see listed here for our audio listeners, we'll give you the names here. Some of the names that you'll see here: Jonathan Gannon of the Cardinals, Raheem Morris of the from the Falcons, Zach Taylor, Kevin Stefanski, Pete Carroll, Mike McDaniel, Aaron Glenn, and Mike Tomlin. And then obviously the Giants and Titans right now are sitting in a position where their coach, their future coach, is not with the team yet. So. Let's kind of look at this as a here's the first one I want to point out. If the Steelers make the playoffs, I just don't think there's any sort of chance that Mike Tomlin gets fired. I don't think that that's a possibility. Do you?
I agree. As much as that will annoy Steeler fans, I mean, there's a reason they've only had 3 head coaches in their 9,000 year history. They remain loyal with them. Steelers are sitting there 8-6, 1 win away from Tomlin's 500 streak, continuing. Right. But that said, even if they do finish, over 500, if they were to lose this division to Baltimore, then out of the playoffs, if Pittsburgh misses the playoffs, that's the excuse they can use to move on from Mike Tomlin. Otherwise, whether you like it or not, he's staying put.
Yeah, I'm with you. I can't envision them. I can't envision them firing him. I know that the only other case that I could make for that is if they wanted to pair a new coach with a new quarterback, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because that could be a direction they want to go in. But again, the Steelers are not a team that makes those kinds of moves. The Steelers end their year on the road so they play the Lions in Detroit, then they play Cleveland in Cleveland, and then they finish the season at home against the Ravens. So, I mean, that game could essentially be for the division, but I almost think that the Steelers could anchor it up by even before then.
Yeah, and that last game, that last game against the Ravens, that one game could decide whether or not they bring Tomlin back.
It could, but I also think it won't. Like, look at what Baltimore has left. They're home against New England, then they go at Green Bay, and then they go to Pittsburgh to play the Steelers. Like, the rest of the last 3 games of the Ravens schedule is brutal.
Yes.
Like, that's about as hard of a schedule as you can ask for. So, I just think, this could be very, I don't know. I think I think the Steelers are I don't want to call them a shoe-in or anything like that, but I do think that it's pretty likely that they end up winning that division and making the playoffs. Let's bring up another name here. One of the other ones that stands out to me, let's stick in that same division as Kevin Stefanski.
Yeah.
Right. Because, this is a former coach of the year.
2-time coach of the year.
Right. And, this is a Browns team that obviously isn't very good. That's not a secret to anybody. They're 3-11. They are not good. But they're in quarterback limbo. This is a roster that isn't very good. I just feel like I don't know. It would be very Browns of them to fire Kevin Stefanski. I don't know that it's his time to go yet.
It shouldn't be his time to go, but to your point, it would be very Browns-like for them, for some reason, to pitch the blame on Stefanski when he's been trying to juggle who his quarterback's going to be since they decided to ship Baker out. And he's still been managing to find ways to make the team competitive. The defense, you got the best defensive player in the NFL in Myles Garrett, but you know what? The rest of that defense has been good. Judkins at running back has come out to be solid. Harold Fannin has come out to be solid. So they got a couple good pieces. But, of course, you need the leadership. And he has brought stability, and it is shown because the league has awarded him as the best coach in the league twice.
Right.
And there aren't many coaches in the NFL that could say that they've gotten that award twice.
For the Browns, let
alone for the Browns.
Right.
So that's why it almost, to me, is writing on the wall that for some reason they're going to be like, no, we got to make changes, so Stefanski should go. And then if he were, and if I'm the New York Giants, I am giving him anything he wants to coach Jackson Dart, Malik Neighbors, Thibodeau, etc.
I'm with you. Yeah, 100%. 100%. So I'm gonna flip this segment a little bit. And I'm gonna call it safer out. Okay? I'm gonna call it safer out. Baseball term for a football segment. It makes sense.
Yeah, of course.
So
home run.
Let's just do it that way. Okay. So let's retreat back to Mike Tomlin. Josh, is he safe or out?
Unfortunately for Steeler fans, I think he's safe.
I think he's safe too. Kevin Stefanski, is he safe or out?
Should be safe. Browns are going to kick him out.
That's interesting. I get a really weird feeling that you're going to be right about that too. But I'm going to say that he's safe. Let's go to Jonathan Gannon of the Cardinals. Is he safe or out?
should be out. They might give him one more year because of, the fact that he hasn't had too much time with that team. But this team has been getting worse as the season's progressed.
Yeah. They're not good.
And obviously, the writing's on the wall. Kyler Murray is not going to be there. Kyler Murray's done.
Yep.
Jacoby Brissett, to his credit, has done a great job of what he could with that team.
Right.
But they don't have a set quarterback. Your main running back was James Conner, who was getting older and obviously was out just about all season. Your defense is abysmal. And you got Trey McBride and Marvin Harrison, so you got people to throw the ball to.
Mm-hmm.
But nothing has been progressing there. Gannon should be out.
Listen, Jonathan Gannon's a defensive guy, and he's 25th in total defense.
Yeah.
Like, it's just like nothing there is working. I think Jonathan Gannon is out. And I think, honestly, the Cardinals could use that as, listen, we need a quarterback, and we're going to try and pair him with the right coach. And honestly, that's what I would do. You look at what your division has up and down the line with coaches. Okay. You've got Sean McVay with the Rams. You've got Kyle Shanahan with the Niners, and you've got Mike McDonald with the Seahawks, all of which right now are working out. I mean,
all of which are going to be in the playoffs.
All of which are going to be in the playoffs. Right. So you're the ugly duckling here. You've lost 6 straight games. I'm with you. I think Jonathan Gannon's out. Let's go to Raheem Morris of the Atlanta Falcons. Is he safe or out, Josh?
With their comeback win this past Thursday against the division-leading Buccaneers, he saved his job for another season.
Yeah, I think you're probably right. I think he probably should be. I mean, I don't know that I have any problem here with Raheem Morris. I mean, they've had some the Falcons have had a very unstable season.
Yeah.
This year, the revolving door at quarterback between Michael Penix and Kirk Cousins. I mean, Penix can't stay healthy, and they're just Drake London has been hurt, and I mean, you want to talk about a defense that's abysmal. The Atlanta Falcons are not a good defensive football team. So, but yes, I would give Raheem Morris another shot. I would. I don't know that I'm ready to be out on him yet. Zach Taylor of the Cincinnati Bengals. This is an interesting one, right? Because you just don't Zach Taylor. He's been to the Super Bowl with Joe Burrow, and Joe Burrow just never seems to stay healthy. So that always leads the Bengals looking like they are just not there. Zach Taylor, is he safe or out?
I think Joe Burrow answered that question in these press conferences he's done over the last week, talking about how he's not having fun and he's questioning things. And if you're the Bengals front office, you are doing everything imaginable to make Joe Burrow have as much fun as he possibly can have, because you do not want him to go anywhere with those 2 dynamic wide receivers and a solid running back in Chase Brown.
Right.
Zach Taylor is out, and you bring someone else in, and clearly you got to get someone with a more defensive mind in, and to fix, again, another abysmal defense. So, yeah, obviously injury issues have affected things, but if it happens one year, okay, now you got to figure things out. When it happens multiple years, you got to, at that point, start figuring out proper adjustments to make, and they haven't done it.
Yeah.
So, to me, Zach Taylor's out.
Yeah, I've been like a Zach Taylor defender for a while, I think, but it just doesn't seem to be getting any better. It doesn't feel like it's progressing anywhere. We always have these expectations for the Bengals because, clearly we can see it that Joe Burrow is not the issue here.
Yeah.
Right. Joe Burrow spends more time on his ass than he does standing upright.
Yep.
I mean, they just can't protect him no matter what they do with their offensive line. I think a lot of that, too, probably has something to do with protection scheme as well. They just can't keep him upright. And you're right. Their defense, they haven't been able to figure that out for years. I agree. I think it's probably time to move on from Zach Taylor as well. So I'm going to say Zach Taylor is out. Let's go to Pete Carroll. Now, this one feels kind of funny just because Pete Carroll has had so much success in his NFL career. He's obviously old. let's be honest about that. But Pete Carroll's had a lot of success but with the Raiders. I mean, the Raiders is a tough job to begin with. What do we think, Josh? Pete Carroll, safe or out?
For some reason, I feel like they're gonna have him be safe and keep him around another year. I don't think you should. I think it's now at the point, again, we were talking before about the NFC West coaches and what they're doing with their team. The AFC West, you got, Harbaugh's doing fantastic with the Chargers, and Sean Payton has completely turned the Denver Broncos, program around. We were talking about the Chiefs, and we know they're in
Andy Reid.
Yeah,
right.
we got Andy Reid, but obviously Chiefs are in retool mode, but even in retool mode, the Chiefs are better than what the Raiders have been showing. So you don't have a proper quarterback. You got a stud on defense. You got a rookie running back who can't run the ball because there's no one to protect him. You have the best tight end in football, but then no receivers to throw the ball to.
Yeah.
So I think because there are so many missing pieces, they're not going to blame Pete Carroll for it after one season and let him come back.
Yeah, I agree. I think he's safe. But I honestly don't know that they should fire him either. Mm-hmm. I really don't. Like, Pete Carroll's a good football coach, and that's pretty established. But they have to get quarterback right. Yeah. I think it really is as simple as that. Geno Smith is not working there.
No, he's not. He has not worked at all.
They got to figure out something to do with quarterback. And that might just be it. I think it's really possible that the Raiders, they bring in Pete Carroll. They'll give him one shot with a young quarterback, and if it doesn't work out, see you later.
Right.
But and that by that point, Pete Carroll might just say, "Listen, I'm 89 years old. I'll just be done." It does. That's actually a really good question. How old is Pete Carroll?
Right? I want to say, I'm guessing here. I want to say he's close to 75.
He was the oldest coach in the NFL.
I think he's mid-70s.
So Pete Carroll is 74.
Yeah, there you go. Yep.
So he's already, he looks pretty good for 74.
Oh, I will pray on whatever mountain that I have to make a pilgrimage to look like him at age 74. That would be the dream.
Yeah, he does look pretty good. But I think Pete Carroll is safe. The Miami Dolphins, Mike McDaniel. This is the one that gets talked about a lot.
I think this is the most interesting one.
I think this is an interesting one, but to me it feels fairly obvious, at least for me. Josh, is Mike McDaniel safe or out?
Out. And
yeah.
The only reason I'm saying out is because they got to bring in a new general manager. And that new general manager is going to want his own coach, whoever the GM is.
Okay, so that's interesting then.
Because we've talked about different, like hot takes, right or wrong. The one I was probably the most wrong on this year, headed into the season, I said the Dolphins would be one of the 5 worst teams in the NFL and have a top 5 pick. They started the season like that, but to their credit, have turned it around and might finish the season at 500, which when Tyreek Hill goes down, you get rid of the GM, you have a number of other injuries trying to figure. Tua is whatever he's trying to do. There are those moments where you can kind of credit the coach, but this coach, he's an offensive genius, and that's it. And with a new GM, he's going to want to start this from the ground up because, again, you look at the division. Buffalo's still Buffalo, and the Patriots have skyrocketed past you well before you guys were expecting it. So change has to happen. So that's why they got rid of the GM, and this new GM is going to dump Mike McDaniel as well.
Yeah, I think – here's the thing. I think Mike McDaniel's out. and I feel like it's pretty obvious for me, and I kind of think he should be. And the reason I'm saying that is because, listen, I was a buyer into it too, because he was touted as such an offensive guru, and I don't doubt that he is.
Yeah.
But he's got the 25th ranked offense in the NFL right now.
Mm-hmm.
And part of, listen, I think we're really approaching the point where we're admitting that Tua is not the guy.
Oh,
right?
yeah, he's absolutely not.
I think we're kind of approaching the point. I'm honestly surprised that Tua came back after the head injury. I really am.
Going back to one of the other coaches and something that we talked about, can we just have a flat out Tua for Kyler Murray trade and just see what happens with both of them?
Yeah, I think Mike McDaniel would welcome that, honestly.
Mm-hmm.
I think Kyler Murray's a better quarterback than Tua. But here's the reality. I think the Dolphins, despite the hot streak, right? They're 4-1 in their last 5. Like, they clearly have their ups and downs as a team. I just think, I forget who said it, but somebody said some guys just make better coordinators than head coaches.
Yes.
I think Mike McDaniel's one of those guys.
I 100% agree.
He is a guy who I've always thought, listen, do I think he's brilliant? Yes, I do think that as an offensive mind, he's probably really, really brilliant and innovative. But God, is he weird. Like, he's just a weird guy.
Yeah, here's my one last question with Mike McDaniel. If and when they fire him, how long do you think it will take for him to realize that he was fired?
It might take him a couple days.
Right.
Really might. Really might. He'll show up the next day and be like, hey, guys.
Hey, why is my key card not working?
Yeah, what are you doing?
I don't get it.
Yeah, I don't know.
Who's in my parking spot?
Yeah, right. I like who's in my parking spot. That's pretty funny. Yeah. But I don't know. I look at head coaches more and more often now. Like, that's why I've kind of been a buyer into Brian Schottenheimer a little bit.
He's done fantastic. He proved a lot of people wrong.
I think he did too. But and the big reason for that, I think, is because, like I said, as I've progressed as a football fan and observer, I really feel like one of the big things, like maybe the most important thing in a head coach, is just to be a motivator of men.
Yeah.
Right. You have to be a guy that your players can rally around, rather than being brilliant with X's and O's. That's the way it is for me, at least. I think Mike McDaniel is brilliant with X's and O's, but I don't look at him and that was one of the reasons why I was wrong on Kevin Stefanski, because I looked at Kevin Stefanski. I'm like, I don't know that, Kevin Stefanski is a very mild-mannered guy.
He's never in the news.
Right. Mike McDaniel is the same way. He's just an awkward, you can just feel the socially awkwardness for him. I don't know. It just, I think he's a coordinator. But I think Mike McDaniel he's not a head coach, but he's probably one of the best offensive coordinators in the sport. That's what I would go as far to say.
I think that's fair.
Last one, Aaron Glenn. Is it one and done for Aaron Glenn and the New York Jets? Is he safer out?
It should have been less than one. This has been, you talk about people that are only good at being a coordinator.
Yeah. We
found that out with Aaron Glenn within 6 weeks.
Yeah.
This has been an absolute disaster. I understand, Justin Fields didn't necessarily work out a quarterback, but what about everything else?
Yeah.
This team,
they don't play the game the right way.
Well, they don't play the game the right way, and they somehow have gotten worse than they were last season when they were starting to show signs of moving in the right direction. Not the same playoff team yet, but they're making the right adjustments to keep taking steps forward. And they have taken 20 steps back. So, Glenn, get him out. Dear God.
Yeah, I'm with you. I think Aaron Glenn is, and this one feels almost inevitable to me. I just don't think that there's any way that the Jets bring Aaron Glenn back. Like, I just don't think there's a way. There's no way. There are some times in the NFL where coaches, like, you hire a coach and then, again, you can tell within the first few weeks, it's not going to work. It's just not going to work.
Yeah.
And that's what it is for Aaron Glenn. And I feel bad. I genuinely do, because, like, I think Aaron Glenn is, honestly, defensively, he's a very good football coach. I really, really believe that. But
a great coordinator.
Exactly. I think that's really the state of where he's in. And he took a job that is thankless. I mean, the New York Jets that is as bad of a job in the NFL as you could have. It's just not a stable enough position. It is a terrible ownership group, right? It is just, you can't win. But that's the thing, is I think Aaron Glenn, in spite of all of that, I mean, you expect for the Jets to look a little bit more buttoned up than what they did under Aaron Glenn. Just way too many mishaps, way too many mistakes. I'm not a fan.
I'm calling it right now, and I'm not. I don't want this to happen for Jets. So I know Barry Grant, who is our boss and diehard Jets fan,
very active in the comments section.
Yeah, so he will not like me saying this, but I can see Aaron Glenn gone, and the Jets bringing in Mike McCarthy.
Yeah.
And because, we're going to bring someone who's got some experience. Mm-hmm. And that ain't going to be a long-term answer for them.
No. Barry Grant, ex-Cowboy fan, got away from Mike McCarthy just for the Jets to hire Mike McCarthy.
Yes, exactly.
I will make fun of Barry forever until my dying breath for leaving the Cowboys to then escape the torture that was being a Cowboy fan, only to reinsert himself back into Jet fandom as if that was going to be any better. Like, come on. It's all right. It's only a move a Met fan would do. Anywho, that's our number one. Coming up next, you ready to do some trades, some NFL trade ideas?
Oh, because I have them written out. They were calculated. Everything's okay with the aprons. I am ready to go.
Okay, so you're way more advanced than me. I literally have player to destination, because I've kind of accepted the fact now that I don't know that I'm ever going to get it right with what picks belong to which teams and what. I can't play that game. I'm not smart enough to do all of that math. So I have player to team for a fit. And I think, I've played around with some of the pieces. I think that there are some things that could happen, but it's mostly player to team.
That's fine.
We'll come up with that next here on the Grid Network. Hour number 2 coming up next.
What up, Cowboys Nation? We are Cowboys Can Fan.
You know, like Canadian fan. And we're big Dallas Cowboy fans. We live stream every Dallas Cowboys game with our unapologetic, intoxicated play-by-play and color commentary, and we guarantee you won't find anything like this anywhere else.
We do that in the ring together?
We told you not so bland was here to stay, baby.
And if you like to have a couple cold ones,
Crack 'em if you got 'em, son. Crack 'em if you got 'em, son.
Crack 'em if you got 'em. And watch the Dallas Cowboys play football.
you need to join us 1 hour before the Cowboys kick off, throw your score prediction in our live chat, and if you're right, guess what? We'll send you a shirt, some Can Fan merch. Click the link, check us out, and subscribe if you like what we do.
Oh, and remember, BYOB.
Yep. Oh, yeah.
Bring your own boosh.
What's going on, everybody? My name is Bryson Carver, and I'm the host of the Carving It Up podcast right here on the Grid Network, as well as my own personal YouTube channel, Carving It Up with Bryson Carver. On my show, talk about a number of the biggest topics in the world of sports, as well as culture and entertainment, and I include special segments such as Bryson's Best 10, The Ball View, and one of my favorites, Carving Up the Context. I also like to invite special guests on the show to get different insights and perspectives on topics, and most importantly, I love to hear from you, the audience, in the chat below. So check out Carving It Up, 3 days a week, Monday, Wednesday, Friday at 6 p.m. Eastern, 3 p.m. Pacific time on YouTube, Facebook, X, and on Instagram. Check the show out anywhere you get your podcasts as well as on the YouTube channel. Appreciate you guys.
Alex Rodriguez is coming out with a documentary, and it goes into detail. Like, he's never talked about the steroid part of it and all the pressure. You will do a lot more desperate things to try to stay relevant, and you can see that he was straining to be this person that he wasn't, instead of just being the person that he always should have been. Just, I'm Alex Rodriguez, because of imposter syndrome. He had to be somebody that he wasn't. Goes to the Yankees, gets another big fucking contract. I empathize with that, because when you're this great player and people are looking at you and they're looking through you, it makes you realize that maybe Alex doesn't matter. I have to be A-Rod.
Yo, this is Barry Grant Jr. I want to give a big shout out to Mike and Josh, and be on the lookout for more clips from All Even Podcast.
All right, welcome back here on Mike and Josh, hour number 2. It's great to have you here. Listen, this is an exciting topic for us. By the way, like I said, just in case you don't remember, you forgot from what I told you earlier in the show, I have a game for Josh coming up in
can't wait.
Minutes.
I can't wait.
That's going to be fun. That's going to be a lot of fun. All right. So we have trade ideas, Josh. Since the NBA trade window has officially opened, we can start seeing some moves being made within the NBA. I right now have two that I really like. One of which I really like.
Okay.
So I'll save that one for the end.
Got it.
Josh, why don't you lead us off for an NBA trade idea that you could potentially see happen, or maybe one that you'd like to see happen.
Okay. So I came up with three different ones. You tell me, should I share them from what I feel is the best to the worst, or from the worst to the best?
From the worst to the best. Save the best for last.
I will save my personal favorite of the three I made for last. So I guess my worst one, then, it's a weird way to open and saying, hey, this one stinks. But you want a refresh. You want to try to make maybe a slight adjustment depending on teams. One team wants to get younger. One team is ready to compete now. Can they make that extra step? So trade number 1 that I have. The New York Knicks will receive Anthony Davis. Championship experience, healthy, win now mode with that team. In exchange, the Dallas Mavericks will get Karl Anthony Towns, and to just make money work, you also threw in their bench player Tyler Kolek there. So that was my only one with just players to make the numbers work. Essentially, it's AD for Cat.
So the Knicks would then get Anthony Davis, and the Mavs get Karl Anthony Towns and Tyler Kolek.
Correct. Who says no to that trade? I think the Mavs, and because both AD and Cat's contracts are almost identical, they both have 3 years left. It's a difference of about $2 million on each right now. So the Mavs get younger with Cat, and who is someone that can, start playing ideally behind Cooper Flagg, who, he dropped, like 40 yesterday?
Right.
And then the Knicks, who, let's be honest, they're trying to get to the NBA Finals now. You get someone more of a vet experience who also is more comfortable at the 4, but is more comfortable playing the 5 than Cat if needed in Anthony Davis.
Yeah, I think I don't think that that's bad. I think for the most part, if I'm saying who says no, I'm probably saying that the Knicks would say no in that respect.
Really? You think the Knicks say no to this one?
I think the Knicks would probably say no. I think the Mavs get the better part of this deal. Karl Anthony Towns, I think, has adapted pretty well to New York.
Okay.
He's also a much healthier player.
That is true.
Anthony Davis. I think that's part of it as well. I think part of me also, again, I'm a draft nerd, and anybody that follows the grid knows that I am a big Tyler Kolek fan. And I know that you said you kind of threw him in just to make money work, but I think Tyler Kolek is like if TJ McConnell and Goran Dragic had a baby, that's Tyler Kolek. He is such a dog to me. I love the way that he plays the game. So I'm a big fan of his.
Okay.
Like I said, I think, I don't have any problem with this move. But Anthony Davis is not available enough for me to surrender Cat and a young player I like. That's
Fair enough.
the way that's the way that I see it.
And that's why I put that as the worst of my 3.
Well, it was certainly terrible. So I'm glad you said that. No,
Wow.
I'm joking.
Wow.
I'm joking, Josh. I'm joking. I would never.
You just said to a Taylor Swift ally that the trade was terrible. You realize how many Swifties are going to come at you now?
Yeah. No, it's really something. I know.
Yeah, you need to go on witness protection right now from that.
All right, so here's mine.
All right, your first one.
I don't have super details.
Okay.
So I'm going to rely on you for that. Okay.
We'll see.
Player destination. This is one of the ones that I really like, and I think it fits.
Okay.
It is in conference, so it makes it a little bit
interesting.
More
yep.
The Miami Heat would trade Tyler Hero to the Detroit Pistons.
Wow. Okay.
That's one that I think. I think Detroit. One of the things I think Detroit is missing is a true kind of 2-guard scorer that can shoot and stretch the floor. Cade Cunningham, I think, needs a more established backcourt mate, right? Because I think they like being able to move Asar Thompson around to have him play different roles. I like what they have in the front court right now with Duren and all of that. But I think as a true number 2 scorer on that team, I think that can make sense pairing Tyler Hero, who's obviously much more of an off-ball guard, pairing him with a facilitator and all-around star in Cade Cunningham. Again,
so who do the Pistons give up?
I would. So here's the thing. I think Tyler Hero is the kind of player that doesn't garner, like, I don't want to say, like, I don't think they're going to have to give up Asar Thompson to get him. Like,
Okay.
I don't think that Tyler Hero warrants that much of a package. I will say the Pistons, and again, I'm basing this purely off of, like, not knowing how the money works or anything of that nature, but something along the lines of, like, Jaden Ivey and Duncan Robinson would kind of be sort of the
bring Duncan Robinson right back to Miami after he finally escaped.
Back to Miami, right? Exactly. But that was my main thing is getting, like, Jaden Ivey. I think would be part of the return. Like, he would be the centerpiece of a return for Tyler Hero, along with picks and whatever else.
Okay, so I will tell you right now, without even I'm gonna like be putting it in the Fanspo trade machine as well. But even before I do all that, I'm telling you right now, Pat Riley's hanging up the phone immediately.
You think so?
You absolutely, yeah. For just those two guys, that.
No, not just for those two players. I mean, I think a lot of picks would be thrown in there as well. But
okay. Well, an interesting thing that literally Fanspo was now teaching me when I put it in. By the way, their machine said the trade failed, but one of the reasons they said, and I didn't realize this, since the Heat traded Duncan Robinson in this past offseason, they cannot reacquire him during this season.
Oh, that's interesting.
So since he was just on the team, it's got to wait one full year before they bring him back.
Okay.
So it wouldn't be Duncan. Now, though, just to go back to the whole purpose of, hey, Tyler Hero added to the Pistons, that would be incredible. Also, you could even, if you chose to, you have Tyler Hero be the sixth man for the Pistons.
Right.
And, you for any team, you're bringing 20-plus points per game off the bench. You're bringing an all-star who is, really in his prime right now. That would be an incredible move for them. The issue will be, how much do they have to give up? So if they are, not, so giving up and not trying to give up guys like Asar Thompson, the Pistons do have quite a bit of picks. It's just a matter of how many of those picks are they willing to part with. Right. So, and also, how many picks does Pat Riley want to give? So, like, does he want to try to win now, or is he willing to wait 3 to 5 years for these other guys to develop? So it's an interesting one. I think I agree with you that I think Tyler Hero would be a fantastic fit in Detroit. I think Pat Riley is going to want the farm from Detroit in order to get him, though, and I don't think they'll do it. Detroit would probably attempt maybe Jaden Ivey and Tobias Harris and picks, but I just don't think Pat Riley will say yes to it.
Right. No, I understand that. I understand that completely. So, all right, let's move to your second best trade, Josh.
All right, trade number 2. We've watched this experiment for too long. It has not worked. It is time for Zion Williamson to go. And who is a team that might be able to use him? Our friends north of the border, the Toronto Raptors. So the Toronto Raptors would receive Zion Williamson, Jose Alvarado, Sadiq Bey, their 2031 second-round pick that they originally gave to the Pelicans, they get back, and a 2030 first-round pick swap.
So wait, what are the picks again? So
yeah,
Zion,
so Zion, Jose Alvarado, Sadiq Bey, a 2030 pick swap, and a 2031 second-round pick that they previously that the Raptors previously gave to the Pelicans in another trade. They get it back. So the Raptors get all that. The Pelicans would then receive R.J. Barrett, Garrett Temple, Jakob Poeltl, and a 2026 top 10 protected pick.
Oh my God.
So why does all this work? Well, first off, the Pelicans currently don't have a 2026 first-round pick because they gave it to Atlanta.
What was the pick that the Pelicans got again?
2026 first-round top 10 protected. I love how you're writing all this out.
Boom.
So
that's the trade. Bam.
Okay, let me make sure you got it all right here. Yeah, it looks good. So why does this trade, could it potentially work? One, the Raptors, they faltered a little bit since their incredibly hot start, but they got players where they want to try to make a run. What they also need is some more power underneath the basket. So you bring in Zion for that spark, that flash down there, obviously pending health, which we know has always been an issue with him. And then Jose Alvarado, he has been one of my favorite players in the NBA the last few years. I love watching his energy off the bench. And so you can bring him for that off-the-bench point guard spark.
Right.
On the Pelican side, you get a great role player in consistency in R.J. Barrett. Jakob Poeltl has not worked in Toronto. He was doing well in San Antonio, so will this change of scenery bring him back to then pair him with their rookie on the rise, Derek Queen, and move Queen possibly to the power forward center? Plus, again, since the Pelicans gave up unprotected their first-round pick this year to Atlanta to get Derek Queen, and we know the Pelicans aren't going anywhere, they need to have some type of draft compensation for this year. And if the Raptors are going to potentially make the playoffs in the East, then you throw in a top 10 protected pick from Toronto. So just in case they falter off so badly, they don't lose the pick, but then that still gives the Pelicans a draft pick. So Zion to Toronto, Barrett, Poeltl, and a 2026 in this loaded, deep draft class that we're going to get to New Orleans. Who says no?
That's a great question. I think this feels pretty it feels kind of even.
That's what trade should be.
Well, that's the thing is like the Raptors are certainly losing a bit of a rim protector in Poeltl. R.J. Barrett, I mean, I think at this point is a rotational scorer piece.
Yeah.
Zion, here's the thing. I view Zion as he's dominant when he's healthy. Because he is. He's a dominant player when he's healthy, but he's never healthy. Sadiq Bey, I think, is also a very underrated piece to get back as sort of a 3-and-D type player.
Mm-hmm.
Alvarado is obviously a scrappy little guard that I like. If I had to say who says no, I think probably the Pelicans say no. I don't know that the Pelicans are getting enough back for Zion in that respect, but I do think that given health, keeping health in consideration, I think this is relatively fair.
All right.
This is relatively fair. So I realized that my other trade idea that I had, not the one that I really, really like, but the other trade idea that I kind of threw in there is not really going to work because he's probably not coming back until February. So my my other trade idea, Josh, and I can't wait for you to shoot this down.
So is this the great one, or this is just the okay?
No, this is the other one.
Okay, the other one.
The other one. This idea has the Mavericks getting a little younger.
Okay.
And making a bit of a swap with the Cavs.
Interesting.
My thought was Darius Garland.
Okay.
Heading to the Mavericks. And again, I don't know how to make the money work.
Yep.
but I think the value could be similar and sending Kyrie Irving back to Cleveland.
So just straight up 1-for-1.
I mean, the idea is those would be the two centerpieces. Like I said, in this sort of scenario, I don't have the complementing pieces. My guess is that Cleveland would have to send something else alongside it. Like, I don't know, they throw in like Tyrese Proctor or like something along that. Like, I think they like Jalen Tyson. I don't know that they would do that, but if a 2-for-2 makes it easier, but a Kyrie Irving, Darius Garland swap, because a lot of the talk around Cleveland over the past couple of years is they were unsure of the fit with Garland and Mitchell being two small guards, right? Not sure if that really works. Now, I think last year you could have made the argument that was kiboshed. This year it's been a bit of a different image, right? The Cavs this year have underperformed. A lot of that, I think, is due to injury, right? Mobley's been hurt. Garland's been hurt. Allen's been hurt. We still haven't seen Max Strus at all this year. So, I think there's a lot of that due to injury, but is it something where the Cavs are like, okay, we're ready to make our title push now. Darius Garland's a really, really nice young player who's established himself, but Kyrie Irving has pedigree. He's got pedigree with us, right? So is that something that could work? That was my other thing, but again, I'm almost kiboshing it myself just because at the best case scenario, you're getting him back to the All-Star break.
I mean, I don't hate the trade at all as far as, the two players. The issue is cap stuff because both the Cavs and Mavs, hey, that rhymes. Both of them are pretty much, at second apron with the cap stuff. So really that means the only moves that they can make, the money has to be exact.
Pretty much right. Yeah.
And so it's just I would even, just on a calculator, I've been trying to throw just the bottom bench players to try to make numbers work in the calculator, and nothing is added up to make it work. I like the idea, to your point. Mavs get a little younger. Kyrie possibly finish his career in Cleveland. Then, you could also, hey, Lakers, try to make a trade and send Jared Allen to the Lakers and bring LeBron back to Cleveland. Have LeBron and Kyrie one more time. Yeah. LeBron, Kyrie, and Donovan and Evan Mobley, in the that just sounds disgusting.
That would be so gross. Oh, God.
But I really think honestly, I was trying Darius Garland. I spent the most time when I was trying to make these trades figure out either Garland or Jared Allen to trade for Cleveland, and I couldn't make anything calculate because of their apron issues.
Yeah.
So,
but listen, for a team like the Cavs, though, where I don't know that the Cavs have a roster problem. I think they have a health problem.
I agree.
They need to get healthy. I think when they're healthy, they'll be one of the best teams in the East.
Oh, 100%. They were projected to be, them and the Knicks were the top two projected for a reason.
Right, exactly.
So, but again, I think the trade could benefit both teams. Financially, though, it won't happen.
All right, Josh, let's hear your best. Let's hear the best trade in the world.
Honestly, the more I keep looking at this one, the more I think it could legit happen. And so it's definitely
this is gonna
it's definitely fewer pieces than the other one.
Okay.
So it'll be easier for you to write. So we have talked about on the show how many problems the Clippers have. This will not solve all of the problems,
but
it will put them in a step in the right direction for a rebuild. Because who could you get the most potential really in picks from at this point?
James Harden.
No. Ivica Zubac.
Oh, okay. Okay. Yeah.
Because Ivica Zubac, and I'll break down my reasons as you write it up. So because Ivica Zubac is still young, he's just entering his prime, and he is locked in. His contract is signed through 2028. So you don't have to adjust his contract for a few years. You send Ivica Zubac. It's just Zubac from the Clippers. That's all they send.
Okay.
And you send him to the Indiana Pacers.
Ooh, interesting.
In exchange, the Indiana Pacers will give the Clippers Benedict Mathurin.
Oh, okay. Wow.
Tony Bradley.
Okay.
Unprotected 2026 first-round pick. And a top 8 protected 2029 first-round pick. So, why would the Pacers do this? I'm so glad you asked that question. I will answer it. So, the Pacers, we knew this would be a down year because they lost Miles Turner and Tyrese Halliburton was hurt. Halliburton will come back. And then you have Halliburton, Pascal Siakam, and Ivica Zubac in his prime.
Mm-hmm.
All of a sudden, in 2026, the Pacers will be right back in the thick of things in the East.
Right.
So they would be willing to gamble their pick to get back in the thick of it in the East. And with the Clippers side, as far as receiving these guys, Benedict Mathurin, awesome role player, but he is also going to be a restricted free agent. So the Clippers can choose whether or not they want to keep him or to continue moving on with their rebuild. They would get the option for that. Tony Bradley you throw in as a big to help with money and get some playing time since the Clippers would need size. The Clippers don't have a 2026 first-round pick. They would get the Pacers, which will be most likely a top 10 pick. And then 2029, they don't have a pick there. They will get a pick from the Pacers, who will be better at that point. So that's why it's top 8 protected. But they'll still get an extra first-round pick. So now you got more picks for the Clippers to rebuild. You got a young guy in Mathurin where they can choose whether or not to keep. And the Pacers get a dominant force under the basket in preparation for next season, where they go back at it with your trio of Halliburton, Siakam, and Zubac. Who says no?
Boy, do the Pacers like Benedict Mathurin.
Restricted free agent, though, so they'd have to pay him.
They would have to pay him. 2 first-round picks. I mean, look, the Clippers certainly do not say no. That I will tell you. The Clippers would absolutely not say no. So if I'm picking one, if I have to pick one of who says no, I think the Pacers might. Mm-hmm. But I do think that works because ever since losing Miles Turner, and this Pacer season is a wash, right?
Yes.
But
which they knew going into the season it would be a wash.
Right. No Halliburton. This season was a wash. They do lack that interior presence.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, I think like Jay Huff is giving them something, but they certainly lack what Miles Turner brought them. Zubac is not Miles Turner. Okay. Zubac doesn't stretch the floor like Miles Turner. He doesn't handle the ball like Miles Turner, but he's a much more traditional center who can protect the rim, finish efficiently at the basket, all of those different things. So yeah, I think that this works. I do. I think this works.
And I mean, this is just my opinion based on their ages and how they play and things like that. If you were to ask me, who would I want to start at center on my team between Miles Turner and Ivica Zubac? Right now, I'm picking Zubac.
Yeah.
Because I think he's just getting into his prime and dominant rim protector. As great as Miles Turner is in stretching the floor,
yeah,
I got other players that can do that.
Yeah. All right, are you ready?
Oh.
Are you ready for
Am I ready?
bombs.
You've been hyping this up. This better be good.
Now, I'm stealing from Bleacher Report in the sense of
whoa.
the package. Okay, the trade idea was mine. Okay,
already an asterisk on this. Okay,
this is already okay. Okay, okay.
All right, what we got?
We have to have, as part of our NBA trade segment, there's no way we can't talk about Giannis.
I figured you were going to have Giannis in here.
Okay. Giannis will get traded. So here's the thing. It will not be to the Knicks. It will not be to the Lakers.
Right.
It will not be to Minnesota or any of that other crap. It will not be to the Nuggets.
Okay. It certainly wouldn't be to the Nuggets.
It won't be to the Thunder.
Okay.
The perfect fit. Perfect. Picture perfect fit for Giannis Antetokounmpo.
I'm already clicking the team. I think I know exactly what you're talking about already.
Is the San Antonio
Spurs. Yep.
The San Antonio Spurs.
All right. So what are we giving up?
Trade for Giannis. The trade that Bleacher Report has for this, and it does make sense, is Giannis and Thanasis.
I mean, of course.
Right?
Why? I mean, why would you not? No,
obviously.
They can't. Meanwhile, the other brother is on a two-way contract with Milwaukee. So, are they just going to leave him in the dust? But anyway,
they can throw him in there if they really want. Devin Vassell.
Okay.
Keldon Johnson.
Okay.
Dylan Harper.
Okay.
And 2 first-round picks, 2030, 2032.
2030 and 2032.
Giannis to the Spurs. De'Aaron Fox, Wemby, Giannis, Stephon Castle. Go win a title.
And 2032 was the unprotected?
Every pick unprotected.
Okay. Well, I will tell you this. The Fanspo trade machine says that's a successful trade. Thanks, Bleacher Report.
You're welcome.
I mean, it's.
This is the one that I said I really, really, really liked.
I mean, it's a really good trade.
This was gold.
The only thing I would, if I was Milwaukee, I would try to get maybe one more pick, sooner. And I can understand it being a protected pick or something like that. But just to add another young guy, obviously, you got 3 good young players that are coming over. You got 2 good picks.
Yeah.
Now, that 2030 pick, though, depending on the situation with it, Dallas or Minnesota have the ability of swapping that pick, the 2031.
Okay.
2032 is fair game. So because of that, if I were the Bucks, I would try to get. They have the Bucks currently have Atlanta's 2027 first round pick. I would try to also get that. If they added that as well, the trade machine still listed as a successful trade because that's how damn good Giannis is. So you add that one pick in there, I think that is the perfect trade for both teams.
Yeah.
You still have Stephon Castle. You still have De'Aaron Fox. You got Wemby. You add Giannis and Thanasis.
Can't forget Thanasis.
You can't forget Thanasis. And the Bucks get a young core and picks to go for the rebuild.
Yeah.
I love this trade for both teams.
Yeah. Yeah. See? Told you.
Yeah,
Giannis,
but you didn't make up the whole trade. It was
I didn't make up the whole trade, but the concept of Giannis to the Spurs.
100%. I mean, I know I talked about with my crazy hot take game, last week of Giannis to the Thunder. I know that's beyond far-fetched. The one that seemed the one to be the best fit is the Spurs.
Yeah.
And again, in this type of package, the Spurs certainly give up youth, but not to the point where they could be damaged.
Yeah.
So I love this trade. 3 good, young, talented players, 3 first-round picks.
And you get Thanasis Antetokounmpo.
And you get Thanasis. And Giannis is tagging along.
All righty. All right, so that wraps it up for our trades. But, Josh, you ready to play a game?
I mean, I treat this like a game, so you're telling me now there's another game on top of it?
There's another game on top of it.
It's Christmas came early.
Boy, are we ready to go for it. We got a game for Josh coming up.
Yes.
What up, Cowboys Nation? We are Cowboys Can Fan.
Like Canadian fan. And we're big Dallas Cowboy fans. We live stream every Dallas Cowboys game with our unapologetic, intoxicated play-by-play and color commentary, and we guarantee you won't find anything like this anywhere else.
We do that in the ring together?
We told you not so bland was here to stay, baby.
And if you like to have a couple cold ones,
Crack 'em if you got 'em, son. Crack 'em if you got 'em, son.
Crack 'em if you got 'em. And watch the Dallas Cowboys play football.
you need to join us 1 hour before the Cowboys kick off, throw your score prediction in our live chat, and if you're right, guess what? We'll send you a shirt, some Can Fan merch. Click the link, check us out, and subscribe if you like what we do.
Oh, and remember, BYOB.
Yep. Oh, yeah.
Bring your own boosh.
What's going on, everybody? My name is Bryson Carver, and I'm the host of the Carving It Up podcast right here on the Grid Network, as well as my own personal YouTube channel, Carving It Up with Bryson Carver. On my show, talk about a number of the biggest topics in the world of sports, as well as culture and entertainment, and I include special segments such as Bryson's Best 10, The Ball View, and one of my favorites, Carving Up the Context. I also like to invite special guests on the show to get different insights and perspectives on topics, and most importantly, I love to hear from you, the audience, in the chat below. So check out Carving It Up 3 days a week, Monday, Wednesday, Friday at 6 p.m. Eastern, 3 p.m. Pacific time on YouTube, Facebook, X, and on Instagram. Check the show out anywhere you get your podcasts as well as on the YouTube channel. Appreciate you guys.
Alex Rodriguez is coming out with a documentary, and it goes into detail. Like, he's never talked about the steroid part of it and all the pressure. You will do a lot more desperate things to try to stay relevant, and you can see that he was straining to be this person that he wasn't, instead of just being the person that he always should have been. Just, I'm Alex Rodriguez, because of imposter syndrome. He had to be somebody that he wasn't. Goes to the Yankees, gets another big fucking contract. I empathize with that, because when you're this great player and people are looking at you and they're looking through you, it makes you realize that maybe Alex doesn't matter. I have to be A-Rod.
Yo, this is Barry Grant Jr. I want to give a big shout out to Mike and Josh, and be on the lookout for more clips from All Even Podcast.
How about that for a nice, cool jam to welcome you back into the show?
Oh, I love it. I love it because, it's kind of like hugging me up. I feel like I'm about to like run out of the elevator with the elevator music to run right in to the starting line for the game. I'm ready.
So, Josh, I have quite the game lined up for you here.
Okay.
Close out the show today. We played a game, Can You Read Me, last week, where I tried to guess which
critically acclaimed, award-winning game.
Yes.
Can you read me?
This is called Which Bad Take Was Mine? So this is a game where you will guess.
Oh, no.
Which of these bad takes did I actually have? So, are you ready?
All right. I have 2 quick questions going into this.
Okay.
1, these other options that you're going to have of bad takes, did you make them up or were these actual bad takes from other people?
I made them up.
Okay.
I made them up.
Okay, so you made them up, but one of them is going to be real in each one.
One of them is going to be real in each one.
Okay.
Some of them, listen, I think.
And how many questions are there?
There are 5.
Okay.
There are 5.
So I got to get 3 out of 5. Got it.
Okay, here we go. So question number 1.
Yep.
And this is to set the tone. Okay. To set the tone for this game, to see just how bad I really am. Which take was mine? Did I compare Deion Waiters to Kobe Bryant? Did I compare Jonathan Isaac to Jerry Lucas? Or did I compare Imani Bates to Paul Pierce? Which take was mine?
Oh, my God. I'm going to say it's not the first one. And scarily enough, I remember hearing somebody have a take comparing Deion Waiters to Kobe Bryant.
Okay.
Like when it came out. I don't think it's that. I feel since Jonathan Isaac is the one guy on my Orlando Magic that I want gone, and I've wanted him gone for a long time, and I'm a Magic fan, we were going to start this off with fun, and you actually said Jonathan Isaac was going to be the next Jerry Lucas.
Okay, so the answer is all 3. I made all 3 of those comparisons. We are setting the tone here, Josh. I did, in fact, compare Deion Waiters to Kobe Bryant.
I heard someone else do that, though.
Jonathan Isaac to Jerry Lucas. And I did compare Imani Bates to Paul Pierce.
Now, like I said, I remember hearing someone else do the Deion Waiters to Kobe. So you weren't alone in that one, which is maybe the most mind-boggling thing out of all of this.
Correct.
So I technically get the point then.
You do. You got it right.
Okay.
You're automatically 1 for 1. No matter what you chose, you would have been right.
Now this makes me have to ask.
These questions are not like that one.
Okay, so no others are all of the above. Okay.
No, it's not all of the above for all of the questions. Just that one was.
Okay. Well, that is you should feel proud of yourself with all those takes.
I do.
Yeah.
By the way, my calling card, that you've heard it, is I compared Josh Allen to Kobe Bryant, and that seems to be my grid calling card. And I stand behind it. I still stand behind that take, which is why it is not on here, by the way.
Okay.
Anywho, question number 2, Josh, which take was mine? Did I think Sam Darnold would win a Super Bowl with the Jets within 3 years of him being drafted? Did I predict that the Broncos would win the Super Bowl in their first year with Russell Wilson? Or did I think Patrick Mahomes would be a bust? Which take was mine?
I know that you're a New York guy, but I think you would not be crazy enough to think that Sam Darnold was going to immediately bring the Jets to win a Super Bowl because they would have had to build other spots in that roster. The other was what? Russell Wilson win a Super Bowl, or Mahomes would be a bust. Those were the other ones.
It would be. Did I think Mahomes would be a bust? Or did I think the Broncos would win the Super Bowl in their first year with Russell Wilson?
So, a lot of people, some like were into the idea of Mahomes, but many people were against the idea of him going to the Chiefs when they had Alex Smith. So I don't think that would have been a quote-unquote hot take at the time. Russell Wilson to the Denver Broncos, who already had a decent defense, and Russell Wilson with a chip on his shoulder trying to prove things.
Mm-hmm.
You thought the Denver Broncos were winning the Super Bowl as soon as Russell Wilson said, let's ride.
I certainly did.
Yes.
I predicted the Broncos would win the Super Bowl in their first year with Russell Wilson because my main reasoning was because I thought that was going to be the trend in the NFL. Because the year previous, Matthew Stafford went from the Lions to the Rams and won the Super Bowl.
Gotcha.
I thought Russell Wilson would have the same effect with the Denver Broncos. So that one, you are 2 for 2, Josh. Congratulations.
It's going well.
It's
doing
2
well.
for 2 with an asterisk because I essentially gave you the first one. But
hey, you're the one who wrote the questions.
I did. No, it's my fault. No, but listen, I'm encouraging you to win here, Josh.
Okay.
Question number 3. Which take was mine, Josh? Did I think Josh Rosen was better than Josh Allen? At the time.
Yeah.
Did I think Josh
No, today.
Rosen
You think Josh Rosen?
Today.
Josh Rosen is a much better realtor than Josh Allen.
Did I think Paxton Lynch was the best quarterback in his draft class? Or did I think RG3 was better than Andrew Luck in his draft class?
Well, I'm going to rule out the RG3 Andrew Luck one because a lot of people were going back and forth with that one to begin with as far as, do you want the better athlete or maybe the better arm? So I wouldn't even consider that one to be a hot take. The other one, so Paxton Lynch, best quarterback of his draft class.
Of his draft class, which was Jared Goff, Carson Wentz.
Thank you, because I was going to be my follow-up as far as what year. Okay, that's all I need to know with that one. And then give me the other one more time.
Did I think Josh Rosen was
better than Josh Allen? I can certainly see you saying both of those. That's tough. and here's the thing. And this is my weird strategy looking into this game. My brain wants me to say the answer was Paxton Lynch being the best in the draft class. However, I feel like you would not have the Denver Broncos affiliated with 2 correct answers in a row.
Okay. Interesting.
So I'm going to say that you had the audacity to say Josh Rosen was better than Josh Allen.
Josh, I did not think Josh Rosen was better than Josh Allen.
Was it the Paxton Lynch?
Think Paxton Lynch.
Yes. I knew I should have went with my brain.
I
knew it.
In love with Paxton Lynch's arm in the 2016 draft. I was in love with it. Boy, did I love Paxton Lynch coming out of that draft.
I just didn't think you would put the Denver Broncos as the correct answer twice in a row. But again, it made honestly, that take to me made the most sense of a hot take that had a valid reasoning behind it. Because I remember being excited to see what Paxton Lynch could do also. I knew I should have went with my brain there. Well, my stupid, oversized gut.
That's all right. Listen, you're 2-1. All you got to do is get one of these next 2 right, and then you're
good. But I wanted to brag and sweep.
Listen, it's okay. It's okay. It's a tough game.
I'm trying to do
a lot of these takes are bad, and
I'm trying to do this for the Swifties, so I can't let them down.
Just how stupid I can be. So here we go. Question number 4. Which take was mine? I thought the Colts should have passed on Andrew Luck to take Trent Richardson. Did I think that Markelle Fultz would be at James Harden's level? Or did I think that Trey Lance was better than Trevor Lawrence? Which take was mine?
So the Colts passing up on Andrew Luck and RG3 would have been the most bizarre thing you could have done at the time for that franchise, since they just lost Peyton Manning and you knew they needed a quarterback.
Right.
You can have hot takes. There's no way you were that dumb. And if you were, I need to talk about a new co-host. But Markelle Fultz being like the next James Harden, and I'm sorry, the third one more time.
I thought Trey Lance was better than Trevor Lawrence.
Better than Trevor Lawrence
in the draft.
Yeah,
not now.
You sure? Obviously, a lot of people were very high in Trey Lance, hence the Niners making that crazy trade to move up to get him. So I wouldn't be surprised if you felt that he was overall even better than Trevor Lawrence. Markelle Fultz being the next James Harden. I mean, obviously he was the number one pick at the time for a reason. And at that time, so that would have been what, like maybe 2015, 2016 that Markelle Fultz was drafted?
2017 was
2017. So yeah, so at that point, Harden's been well established in Houston. And he was and Fultz was already kind of going into the draft having his jump shot questioned a little bit, and then it just completely fell apart when he got to the NBA.
Right.
So I don't think because of the way he was shooting the ball, you would have thought he would have been as explosive as James Harden. So I'm gonna go. You thought Trey Lance would have been better than Trevor Lawrence.
Josh, I did not think Trey Lance.
Oh my God.
In fact, I guess you're gonna need a new co-host. I thought the Colts
would pass up with no quarterback at all
to get Trent Richardson.
With no quarterback at all, you thought they would pass.
Peyton was still there. At the time, Peyton Manning was still there. And I thought they really needed a running back. So I thought, keep in mind that by the time the 2012 draft was going on, I was 15 years old. And I thought that Andrew Luck made no sense. Well, not that he didn't make any sense, but I thought they have Peyton Manning. Why do they need another quarterback? Go get yourself the running back that you desperately need.
Okay, so this was the one mistake that I made with this. I forgot how young you were.
Yeah.
Because at age 15, I wouldn't have known any better either. I would have thought, everyone's fine. They're not going to get rid of Peyton Manning. Why would they do that?
Right.
Oh.
Yep. So I thought the Colts should have passed on Andrew Luck.
All right, hold on.
To draft Trent Richardson, who ended up being a catastrophic bust, by the way.
I'm opening up Indeed as we speak to post for a new co-host.
Yeah, what did you get yourself into?
I can't provide benefits. Pay questionable. Must have good internet connection. That's really the only requirement at this point.
Right. Must be able to speak English.
Well, I mean,
maybe.
Yeah. I mean, I want this show to go, be recognized globally. So I'm not opposed to that.
It's true. Yeah. Listen. Okay.
All right. It comes down to this.
You are 2-2.
Oh boy.
To get this one right. Which take was mine, Josh? This one does not have to do with sports. Okay.
Yep.
Which take was mine? Bluffing is stupid.
In poker, bluffing is stupid.
In poker. These are poker choices.
Oh, all are poker related. Okay.
They're all poker related.
Okay. Bluffing is stupid.
Ace King is a terrible hand.
Okay.
Or always value bet the math players. Which take was mine?
Okay.
Or I should say, which take is mine?
So bluffing is stupid. Ace King is a terrible hand. And always value bet the math players.
Correct.
It's tricky because obviously we have not played poker together.
We have not played poker together, correct. Which we will someday.
Because you're the type of person that I could see if you attempted to bluff, your face would just get so red. That's why you feel it's stupid, because you know you can't win trying to bluff because everyone can catch you bluffing. I don't think you're getting in the thought process of the value bet for math players, because it's going to take quite a bit of time for you to really identify who a math player even is at the table.
Mm-hmm. That's true.
So I got it between the bluffing and the Ace King. And you're saying Ace King is not a good hand. There are a lot of people that also don't like Ace King, because they say, since Ace King's not a pair, why are you raising it like it's a pair? So I don't know if that would be considered a hot enough take. But also at the same time, poker's all about strategy. And if you're just trying to play with the best hand, then everyone else should just be playing their best hand. And whoever has the best hand wins, when you're trying to obviously outplay them and get the most chips out of their stack or make them fold. Oh my God. I think you went to Bleacher Report for this one. To just do the basic setup. And you said Ace King is not a good hand.
Josh, congratulations. Ace King is a terrible hand. Ace King is a terrible hand. Suited, non-suited, doesn't matter. Ace King is a terrible hand. I will say, I will take the bluffing comment as a big-time insult. I can bluff. Okay? I can bluff. It just matters more that when the money that you're playing with actually matters to you. That's the real difference.
Sure.
Okay. I actually am not against value betting math players, but you're 100% right in the fact that I play against very few math players as it is, that I don't ever really get a chance to value bet any math players because I don't ever play against them.
Right.
I don't ever really play against a lot of GTO guys. So I think Ace King is a terrible hand. The only way that I can consistently win with Ace King is if I overbet it at every betting round. And that's about it.
Mm-hmm.
I have to, I bet more, and I shouldn't be telling you this because this is how we're going to play poker together at some point. But when
you fly me out to New York on your private jet to get me out there.
Yeah. Where they don't have casinos here.
Right, where there's no casino to play in anyway.
Right. So we're just going to have to take a trip to Vegas together, I suppose.
That's an easy drive for me. I'm down.
Yeah, which, by the way, is we're not going to be doing a lot of playing poker. It's going to have a lot to do with something that rhymes with mippers. But it's okay.
Like chips and dippers?
Take your time.
I don't understand.
Mip lubs.
I don't know what I don't know what you would be doing as a happily married man.
Anywho, the only way I can consistently win with Ace King is if I overbet it. I overbet Ace King more than I overbet pocket aces because I'm not betting Ace King for value. I'm betting Ace King to get everybody out, and that's the problem I have with that.
And so my thing with Ace King now, I mean, I disagree in the question of it's not a good hand. I do think it's a good hand. I don't think it's as good as everyone claims it is. So I like to play. I vary on how I play Ace King depending on my position and what's happened before I act. If I'm in early position, I'm going to make a good raise like you're describing.
Right.
Let's say
if you're on the button.
If I'm on the button fold to me, I'm pushing. If pushing a big raise or something like that, maybe there's one player who makes a raise and it's fold around to me. I might either re-raise or, depending if that was a tighter player, I might just call and see a flop. If I see there's a raise and a re-raise coming to me, then depending on what my chip stack is, whether or not it's suited, I have a strong chance of folding in that situation.
Yeah.
Or depending on how those guys are playing and what my chip stack is, I might even go over the top. Yeah. Again, but it varies on position, chip stack, and who I'm playing against. Yeah. But I agree with you that it's not an automatic raise type of hand.
No, I think in this situation that you're describing, let's say that there's a raise and then there's a re-raiser. I think there's a chance that if I have Ace King suited, I shove.
In that case, it's either a shove or a fold because you're not just calling.
Depends on the situation. Right, exactly. Depending on the situation, I think you might. I would more often than not, if it was me, I would probably shove, and lose. But I would probably shove. But if it's Ace King off, then I'm probably folding 90% of the time.
Yeah,
I am probably making that lay down. And again, but let me ask you this question. Would you rather have Ace King or like pocket eights?
It varies on how the players go into my position. It really does. Because pocket eights, statistically, you're probably going to lose more often. And you're hoping to hit a set.
Right.
Ace King, obviously, you got a lot more, whether you hit the ace, the king, straight draws, flush draws, whatever it might be. So it varies. I mean, I'll tell you, my personal favorite hand to play is pocket nines. That's my personal favorite because for whatever reason, I feel I notice that I flop a set most often when I'm holding pocket nines.
Yeah.
Is there any scientific, thing to back that up? Of course not. I just feel that way.
Do you have a weird poker hand that's like traditionally a bad hand, but you like playing it anyway?
Yes.
What is that hand? Can I tell you? Can I ask?
Yeah.
What is it?
Jack 2 suited.
Really? Wow. That's even worse than mine.
Which is? Worse than mine. I mean, I have other mediocre ones that I love. I love playing 10-8 suited.
Yeah, I have a buddy of mine that likes 10-8.
I love playing the moneymaker 4-5 suited.
Yeah, I have a buddy of mine that likes Queen 4. I have a buddy. I love playing the dirty diaper. I love.
For those of you not familiar with what that means, that is a 3-2 offsuit.
3-2 offsuit. And then if it's the diaper, that means it's 3-2 suited.
Yeah.
But that's my hand to play is the dirty diaper. I love playing that hand more than anything. I really do. I'd rather.
Well, I'm glad. So here's what we learned today. You enjoy dirty diapers. You somehow felt the Colts didn't need a quarterback after Peyton Manning broke his neck, and they should get a running back instead. You
I'm gonna choke.
think your best trade idea is something you blatantly stole off of Bleacher Report.
That is not true. I did not steal that.
And on top of everything else, you stand against Swift Nation. These are what we learned today. You have turned into an all-around villain.
I know. I'm evil. I really am. I'm an evil.
And I'm here to save this show.
You're the hero that the world needs, Josh.
I am.
You're the hero the world needs.
Not all heroes wear capes. Some wear this goofy little headset.
All righty. That does it for us. Did you enjoy the game, Josh?
I loved it. I loved it. I love the game. I'm glad I was able to pull out a win. It does feel a little asterisk since I couldn't get question 1 wrong. So I do feel a little bad about that. I'm annoyed that I didn't go with what my brain was telling me regarding Paxton Lynch because I just had a feeling that was the right answer.
Yeah.
The other one, the Josh Rosen one, okay, I can accept defeat on that one because that you no Andrew Luck or RG3.
Yeah.
For a team that had no quarterback.
Yep.
How are you working in sports right now?
Well, I mean, listen, you can make that argument one way or another, but yeah. Anyway,
all right.
I'm going to go cry myself to sleep now.
As you should.
Even though it's only 1:22 in the afternoon here.
Cry yourself into your afternoon nap.
We actually went long today, which is fun. I enjoyed the days that we go long. Anyway, that does it for us. That's Josh Tariff. I'm Mike Guido. This is Mike and Josh, exclusively on the Grid Network. And before we go, together we sing.
You are listening to Mike Guido and Josh Tariff. Buckle up!
We will see you next week.
Don't steal trade ideas from Bleacher Report. Zubox going to the Pacers. I feel it.
I did not.
Trent Richardson?
Mike and Josh.
Trent Richardson.
Mike and Josh.
Yes.
Mike and Josh.
I mean,
you're welcome.
Love you, Swift Nation.
We'll see you next week. See you then.